is what the garden looks like now, December 16th, 2023. My husband has done a lot of work and it is looking fantastic. It is just looking so good. And he did a lot of cleanup. You can see the cleanup here. And the garden is really prepped for the winter. I really love this. And I do have to give him his flowers. It's the credit due, because he did the work. I didn't do the work. On this side of the garden, it is looking good as well. And I still have my kitchen garden area to work on over there. But the collard greens are looking good from this vantage point. They are still looking really good. So you know what that tells me? That to grow the collards, because you can have them well into the season and have fresh greens at this time of year. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, it is December 16th. We're right in the middle of the month, and I just wanted to bring to your attention that we are still cleaning out the leaves from the wonderful oak tree that we have, which I call my great oak. And she has finally, or he actually has finally finished shedding her leaves, but we still have the leaves to take off of the deck. But I wanted to bring to your attention that during September I had started some fall gardening, and it kind of worked out pretty well, except that it was a little late. I was late in starting. I started September 1st and did not give myself enough time though for things to grow. However, there are some of the plants that are growing and are still growing here, and I just wanted to show you what has happened. Now, this was the string beans. I planted the string beans. You can see here the garden beans, bush beans, and this is how they turned out. They did start to go to creating the beans, but it was so late and it ended up just drying out. But I want to show you my kale. I had these kale here in these containers earlier, and look at that. They are still growing. And then this is the dinosaur kale that I had started from seed, that the budworms had started eating the leaves, but I did not take them out of the pot, but left them in the pot. And the roots were there, and they started to grow some nice, fresh leaves. So this is exciting to me to see this happening here. But the other plants, now this is the radish that was finished. And then this is, I forget what that one was. But yeah, some of them are still growing here. Well, I decided that I was going to put in this greenhouse that I still have up here, this one. And this is the microgreens that I had put in the container. And I decided to put them in here, and they are growing. You can see the bok choy. You can see some of the other different ones. This is the mustard, the hot microgreens mix, and they are growing here in the greenhouse. So I believe what I'm going to do is just leave them here, and then as they grow, as the time goes by, that I will then transplant them into the kitchen garden area, which I need to still clean up. But I'm going to let them go through the winter months here. And look at them. They look so beautiful. So I hope that it inspires you to grow things. And even though my fall gardening did not necessarily work out the way that I wanted it to, at least it is it's still growing. Things are growing, and that as the season progresses, that I have a jump start on planting my cool weather crops. So here in the container, that was my herbal bowl that I had made, and they're still doing very well here. I still have the rosemary, it seems to be doing well. The sage is doing well. The mints are still growing, and both of them here. This one I had put a lot of mint in, and this is doing good. Spearmint is still there. So that's a good sign. I think that this section of the deck, of course, they're a little protected. Plus, the weather has been fairly mild, per se. And then here I have some of those chrysanthemums. So I'm going to leave them all here and see what I get, see what comes of it. Some of the things, of course, have died back a lot. And, they're going to probably not return, but some of these things will. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, especially with my my microgreen salads that I'm allowing to grow into spring greens. During this season or this time, I'm going to share with you what I did, because I did record planting all of these fall crops. And we're going to use this as a gateway or beginning for us to actually get ready for March and April, when we can start to seed our fall or spring, cold weather spring crops in. And I think that it will inspire you, because it's definitely inspiring me to start to think about planting my kale and other cool weather crops for spring. In late August, I started to plan for my fall container garden. And I gathered a lot of the seeds together and took a look at them to see what seeds would do well in the fall. Remembering that the spring crops are similar to the fall crops, and they do very well, like the kale, the brassicas, the Swiss chard, the beets, the onions. And so I started to just take a closer look at them, and also looking at what is the best time to begin, and will I have enough time to see them through to harvest. It was very satisfying to be able to look through my gardening journal, the Intentional Garden Journal for 2023, and to see that I took notes on this information that I can use in the fall to help guide me in my choices and in the things that I needed to do to bring about some success with my garden, the fall gardening planting of seeds. I wanted to make sure that I stuck to my goals, and one of the goals was to plant more food, and to plant food in the fall, to plant herbs and to use them in cooking, but also to just experiment and stretch the growing season as much as possible, not just with winter sowing, but also with fall planting. Looking back at some of my videos here, I've discovered this one in which I started looking at the seeds that I want to sow, and it has given me a great sense of anticipation of what is possible for 2024. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. My name is Catherine, and I'm here in Zone 6 in the Northeast. My garden is an English-style cottage garden, and I love the sense of fullness and abundance with flowers and vegetables, shrubs, fruit trees, everything. I would like to just have an abundance, and I love my borders to be filled. Well, to be able to do that, one needs a lot of plants. So this year, I want to extend the garden with wonderful plants. So I'm going to do some bottle winter sowing. I know it's called winter sowing, but I like to say bottle because it just makes me know, well, I'm going to be using my clear bottle containers to grow out plants and seeds, start seedlings. And so I went to Ocean Job Lot, and there they had burpee seeds. Yep, burpee seeds at 40% off. And I was able to get a large array of seeds here that I can consider for winter sowing, as well as just adding to my seed collection, which is getting fairly large, I think. And so I want to sort them out and see what I would like to use for winter sowing, but also just to share with you my seed haul, my burpee seed haul for this year. This is my burpee seed haul, and I categorize them according to vegetables, herbs, and annuals. And I think I got a really good selection here. As I said, they were 40% off at the store. So let's go through each one. Take a look. So this is Swiss chard. It's called Ford Hook Giant. The next is okra, Go Big. Then kale, lacinato, and to me that's dinosaur kale. Mustard, tender green. And then here there are three different squash. pumpkin early sweet sugar pie, which is going to be great for pumpkin pies. And then winter squash vegetable spaghetti. I've always wanted to get spaghetti squash, to have that. I've never grown that before, so that's going to be good. And then summer squash pt.1 hybrid. So that's a good one too. It looks a little different from the pt.1 that I have. Peas. Sugar snap. I love sugar snap peas. And I'm very happy to add this and to grow more of it. Then sweet corn, sunny days hybrid. So that's the vegetables. And then for the herbs, we want to create an herb garden for cooking as well as for teas. So this is basil mammoth, and I do like to add basil to some of my teas. Like I put basil in it with mince, with the mince, and it seems to just taste really good, at least to me. So this is basil mammoth. This is sage broadleaf, rosemary, dill, fern leaf, sweet marjoram, basil, red rhubarb, lupins. Lupins, that's going to be my perennial. And oriental poppy, that's a perennial as well. So those are the only two perennials that I selected. And then here for the annuals, amaranths, Love Lies Bleeding. I grew this last year and it was so beautiful. So I'm happy to grow it again. Then this is a zinnia, cut and come again, mixed colors. I love zinnias. 4 o'clocks. I grew 4 o'clocks in the past, and they did very well. So I'm going to try it again this year. Marigold, another zinnia, jazzy mixed color. Nasturtium. I love nasturtiums. And cleome. So that is what I picked up so far as seeds from Burpee seeds, and that I was able to get at a really good discount. I'm excited in using some of these seeds for winter sowing. For example, the perennials. Definitely want to grow these perennials for the winter sowing, bottle winter sowing process. And the cleome was another one that I did last year. Did very well with it. I'm also going to create some, plant some other seeds as well. Now these zinnias, I'm hoping to start the zinnias early, so I may bottle sow them or winter sow them as well, or just wait until the weather gets warmer, like in March or April, to start them as starts and put them in the greenhouse, my little greenhouse. This is so exciting. I'm just very excited about this. I think that I am going to bottle sow or winter sow these seeds here. I've also added some seeds from the American Seed Company that I got last year. But yeah, I think that I'm going to start the sage, the sweet marjoram, the kale, thyme, forget-me-nots, rosemary, lupin, oriental poppy, this sage from the American Seed Company, and the snapdragon. I'm going to winter sow them, and that means that I'll have to get enough bottles together in the soil and get started on that. But I am excited about the process, and I think that this is going to be a good beginning for me. Well, if you like this video and you like the idea of winter sowing and you like my selection of seeds, then hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button so that you can subscribe and be a part of this gardening community where we grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. So come on and join us. And if you have a notebook, pull out your notebook and start to think about what you want to do with your seeds. Have you started seed sowing already? Winter sowing? I know some of my friends have done that already. Or have you picked up seed? Have you been going to different stores to pick up seed? Or have you been ordering seeds from catalogs? Do you have your seed catalogs? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're doing in your garden. And thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Bye. Thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home and reminiscing with me on what we did in 2023 at the top of the year, so we can start to plan for 2024. And I hope that you will get a copy of my journal, the Intentional Garden Journal for 2024, and that you will be able to use it to help you to plan for a great growing season coming up. I'm so excited about it. So make sure that you stop by my website. That's Catherine's Garden Home, lws.weebly.com, and get yourself a copy of the journal. Thank you so much for being here with me and going with me through the journey of gardening here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.